Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Today, our first unit in biology is life process. Life process. As you know, life process is a basic process occur in all living organisms. Occur in all living organisms for their maintenance, their maintenance, for their maintenance. Okay, life process. It is a basic process which occurs in all living organisms for their maintenance of their life. Not only maintenance, survival, and for maintenance, or we can say sustenance of their life. It is the life process. Life process, it includes various processes which occurs in living organisms like that of nutrition, nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, control and coordination. Control and coordination. Okay, these are the basic life processes which occurs in all living organisms for maintenance of their life. It includes nutrition. The first one is nutrition, second one is respiration, transportation, excretion, control and coordination. Now, first we will take the first, that is nutrition. What is nutrition? Nutrition simply means taking of food. Taking of food. Taking of food is called a nutrition. We take the food for why we take the food? We take the food for for repairment, for repairment, for repairment, for the purpose of reproduction, for the purpose of development, for the purpose of development. It is called nutrition. So nutrition, it is of man two types. That is autotrophic and second one is heterotrophic. Heterotrophic. Autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic, these are the two modes of nutrition. The first one is the autotrophic and second one is heterotrophic. Autotrophic nutrition, it is composed of two words. Auto means self and trop means nourishment. Self-nourishment. What does it mean? Self-nourishment means organisms manufacture their own food, prepare their own food. It is known as autotrophic nutrition. It is a process in which organisms manufacture their own food. We can write here, manufacture their own food. Okay, it is known as autotrophic nutrition. And autotrophic nutrition, it is of two main types. The first one is autotrophs, first, and second one is chemoautotrophs. Photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. What are photoautotrophs and what are chemotrophs? We will discuss these one by one. Photoautotrophs. Photoautotrophs means those organisms which uses light energy for preparation of their food. Okay, and chemoautotrophs, they derive their energy uh, through chemical reactions. Like that, you know that bacteria. There are some bacteria like that of nitrifying bacteria, nitrifying nitrifying bacteria, sulfur bacteria. These use chemicals. From chemicals, they derive their nutrition. Okay, this is known as photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. Now another is heterotrophs. Hetero means which are dependent upon others. Which are dependent upon others. They cannot manufacture their food. And this heterotrophic mode of nutrition, they are of following types. The first one is symbiosis. Symbiosis, or we can say mutualism. Mutualism, and second is parasitic, and third is saprotropic. And we will discuss these. Symbiosis. Symbiosis is an interaction between two organisms in which both organs are benefited. Like that of, you know that a family that is known as leguminaceae. Leguminaceae family. Leguminaceae family, in this there is Pisum, Sativum, or beans. We can say beans. They beans in roots there occurs bacteria. That bacteria is known as rhizobium. Rhizobium bacteria. The role of rhizobium bacteria is to fix atmospheric nitrogen and gives this atmospheric nitrogen to plants, because nitrogen is important for growth. Plant in turn gives shelter or food to this bacteria. So plant gets benefited and bacteria in turn gets benefited. So both of them are benefited. And this process called a symbiosis, or we can say mutualism. There are so many examples, but at 10th level you have to remember only this rhizobium bacteria. There are so many examples for this. And parasitic. Parasitic means which origin depends upon others for their food material. Like that of, you know that lice and ticks, they live they live on our bodies and they derive their nutrition from our body. And lice, it is known as parasite. The organism on which they derive their nutrition are called host. So there is a relationship, parasite and host relationship occurs in this. Parasite is small, it is smaller, and host is big, larger. Host is big and larger. We can say there are two types of parasites. That is ectoparasites. These are those parasites which live outside the body of organism, and endoparasites lives inside the body of organism. In endoparasites, there occurs groundworm, tapeworm. Okay, this is known as parasitic mode of nutrition. And here is saprotropic mode of nutrition. Saprotropic mode of nutrition is that nutrition in which organisms derive their nutrition from dead and decaying dead and decaying organism. Dead and decaying organism. This is called the saprotrophic mode of nutrition. It includes mostly bacteria and fungus. इसमें क्या आता है? Bacteria और fungus. Okay, this is known as nutrition. So I can repeat this. Life process is a basic process occur in all living organs for their maintenance and survival of their life. It includes basic process. The basic process includes, here is first nutrition, respiration, uh, transportation, excretion, control, and coordination. These are the basic process which occurs in all living organs for their sustenance and maintenance. And first we will take here nutrition. Nutrition means taking of food. Food contains different types of nutrients. Why we take this food? We take this food for repairment, for reproduction, and for development of our body. And this nutrition is of two types, main two types, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic nutrition is called the self. Autotrophic nutrition, it is composed of two words. The first is auto means self, and tropic means nourishment, self-nourishment. Self-nourishment means in which organs manufacture their own food. How they manufacture their own food? They utilize carbon dioxide, they utilize water, and they have, you know that reaction in photosynthesis, carbon dioxide plus water, which gives what? Carbon dioxide plus water, chlorophyll in presence of sunlight gives glucose, C6H12O6 plus water plus water. These are the byproducts of this, and this is called, and this gives oxygen. Oxygen is used for the purpose of respiration, and this is known as autotrophic mode of nutrition. It is of two types. The first one is photoautotrophs, and second one is chemoautotrophs. Photoautotrophs means use light energy, and chemoautotrophs uses again chemicals. From chemicals they derive their nutrition. Okay, examples are nitrifying bacteria and sulfur bacteria. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition, which dependent upon others. It is of type symbiosis. Parasitic to saprotroph. Symbiosis means it is interaction between two organs in which both are benefited, and parasitic. Parasite means which depends upon others. There is a host and parasite relationship occurs. Parasite and host relationship occurs, and there are two types of parasites, that is ectoparasite and endoparasite. Saprotrophic nutrition. Yeah, saprotrophic nutrition is a type of nutrition, heterotrophic mode of nutrition, in which organ derives their nutrition from dead and decaying organic matter. The best example for this is bacteria and fungi. This is all about today's lecture.